Oh, it's a suitcase.
Okay. Well, because I just don't want these guys to scare at Dad.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Chooch back with another video, and today we are going on an awesome adventure. We got the MSX 100 volt, the MSX Pro 100 volt, high torque, 1800 watt hour is what I'm riding, and my buddy Rob is on his 1600 watt hour M Super X 84 volt. And we're gonna go on a long range cruise, and we are in one of my favorite places in Colorado, and this is Estes Park, and it is absolutely gorgeous up here. And this is where the Stanley Hotel is. There's a lot of history up here, and it's just one of the best places to go ride an electric unicycle at. You have great road riding, you have great off-road riding, and best of all, you have great scenery. And a lot of times you have some incredible wildlife. And the way I really know about this place is through horseback riding. And I've gone up here to this place and horseback rode a few times, and I love it. Check out this lady.
Yeah, in the way, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you'll get people like that whenever you ride these things. I've been riding for 5 years. I've probably had 200 different interactions like that, you know. 99% of them will be good. Like you'll see, there's people that absolutely love these things, question about it, think it's great. And there's some people like that, you know, that just get tilted is the best way to put it. But anyways, we're going to head up the mountain right here.
Can I take a pic of you?
Yeah,
My
sure.
brother wants one of those, and I wanted to show him.
Hell yeah. Fresh grip shape feels so crazy. Right? Holy crap.
It's like, oh shit.
600 feet, turn right onto Crags Drive.
Not text her back?
Yeah, as always.
Think they'll let us go down that?
What? Maybe. Let's go ask them. I hope Elkhorn's chill. I think Elkhorn's pretty chill road. Hopefully we can take that all the way down.
So with the prior knowledge from horseback riding up here, I was thinking, you know, since the park is on this whole messed up thing right now where you have to have reservations to get in and whatnot, and there's no way you can really get in just going up there for a day trip. I was like, you know what? Well, we can just take the horseback riding trails, you know, like, and they're public trails. The horseback riding places, it's like the ski resorts, you know, it's national forest land, I'm pretty sure, and they just kind of lease it out. So I was like, you know, we can ride up the horseback riding trails, and then we can get into Rocky Mountain National Park that way. And we just ride up here, and from what I remember, you know, it was basically the same little thing. We just rode up the road up here and kind of skirted down and found exactly where we needed to go. And it was the funniest thing, guys. It is absolutely hilarious. Coming up in a minute. That was a little snippet I showed you at the beginning. But the extreme suitcase hiking has just been a running joke between us. So this happened one day. I was going down 16th Street in Denver one day, and you aren't supposed to ride electric unicycles on 16th Street Mall in Denver. And so I was actually just pushing it one day. You know, I had the handle popped up in the back of it, just kind of pushing it down the 16th Street Mall. And this dude, he was up on like the one of the balconies, you know, how they have like a restaurant, you know, overlooking. They'll be on the second story, so you got a good view of people watching and stuff. This guy stands up in the middle of eating his food. I'm talking drops his fork with a bite of food on it and goes, "Man, that is the most badass suitcase I've ever seen in my life, bro." And dude, he literally got up, ran down there, and like I never even like said it was anything else. I was just kind of going about my way. I had somewhere to be and wasn't really in the mood to talk to anybody, so I just kind of ran with it, dude. But the thing is, I kind of had it, you know how you can like kind of effortless with these things. You can kind of have your hand just barely on it, and since it's motorized, it's kind of just cruising along. And so it just looked like I had my suitcase just kind of motorized cruising, man. And he flipped out, dude. He flipped out. It was hilarious. And so ever since then, I've just been calling it, whenever you have to get off the unicycle, go up a steep hill, and get off and walk it or something like that, you know. I call it extreme suitcase hiking. So for example, like on a lot of these trails I do in the Rocky Mountains, you'll have a section of like stairs or like of crazy rocks or something like that you just can't get up. Or it'll be just one of those things where like I'm on a long ride or something and I don't want to ride it up that steep of an incline just right there because I'm trying to go for like a long range or something like that. And then that's whenever we joke about it, like we're worn out walking up a hill, we call it extreme suitcase hiking. So right here is kind of an example of extreme suitcase hiking. And this is because it's a horse trail, and we don't want to, if you go by horses on these things, there's no telling. They'll all behave differently. It's one of those things where some horses will be cool with it. Other times the horses will flip out about these things, and you don't want
Oh,
somebody
God.
to be riding it, and you go riding
They're
by
probably
on
gonna
a
get- they're probably gonna
unicycle,
say
and
something
one of these
to us.
people that just paid an arm and a leg get bucked off of these horses. I wasn't trying to do that. Of course, I mean it's not really my fault if it happens,
Just
but
walk
I'm
it like this.
trying to be as cool as I can about it. I know these horses, so I talked to her about it. So this is the way I kind of worked with it. This is funny. Check it out.
What are those?
Oh, it's a suitcase.
Okay. Well, 'cause I just don't want these guys to scare at Dad.
Okay.
Anything happen to my folks behind me. And this is a horse trail, you guys, just so you
Is
know.
that last call?
This is not last call.
Okay.
This is Evan here.
Right on, right on.
Last call might be on the ride behind me, but
Yeah, y'all have a great day.
And the mission continues. So, all right. So we go up here a little bit, and then basically we're in the Rocky Mountain National Park. And the cool thing about Rocky Mountain National Park right now is they aren't allowing like any camping. So they're just allowing people to drive through and stuff like that. And it would usually just be full of people, it'd be campgrounds full of people, and it would just be cars everywhere, a lot of traffic and stuff like that. And this was just one of those times where you probably will never experience it again in Rocky Mountain National Park, where it was just pretty much empty, guys. And it is usually not like that. This is a busy place. Typically, this is a very busy national park. And this was just a awesome opportunity to be able to go in here and just see
I guess I mean
what it
close the
looks
cars,
like
though.
and see more wildlife and stuff without as many
Sweet.
people
So we
around.
just got into Rocky Mountain
It's
National
really,
Park
really
for
cool.
free.
All right, so we're going on a little adventure now through Rocky Mountain National Park, guys, and this is where it gets good. We got a beautiful ride right now, and it is just gorgeous up here. I mean, you can just see the views. It is just untouched, beautiful scenery up here. It's pretty amazing. So on the horseback rides I've done, you can actually see this is right where the Oregon Trail came through, and you can literally see on the horseback ride there's a field you go through, and it's basically untouched. It's where bison will kind of roam and stuff through, but that's pretty much it. But you can still see the tracks, how the wooden wagon wheels, how they would literally just develop massive tracks, especially through lowlands where there was mud and kind of swampy conditions. You can even see where one of the guides pointed out where it was literally still the tracks from the wagon wheels. It was imprinted like into the ground. It was almost like fossilized into the ground. Really, really cool history out here in this park. And Estes Park as well. Estes Park is really cool. So down in the town where we just came from, coming up here, Estes Park is where pretty much all the little motels and lodges are, right next to the river. During the summertime, I'm telling you guys, this is the coolest spot ever. I'm telling you, if you've never come up here before and you live in the United States, and you want a cool vacation spot that's just not too expensive, that's really, really cool, this is the place to come, guys. It is awesome to check out. And the Stanley Hotel is actually the hotel where Stephen King stayed at, and it inspired him to write The Shining. Place is really, really cool. I actually ended up running out of camera battery before we could even get over there. So we rode all the way up here, and we ended up riding back through town, checked out the Stanley Hotel. I stayed back and really listened to a tour guide talking about everything there, and man, it was just awesome checking that place out. So the Stanley Hotel, as you know, like I just told you, the history is it's haunted, and it's haunted for many different reasons. There's all kind of different stories that go into it. If you want to check it out, you can. But there's two main ones. One being Stephen King staying there, writing The Shining for it, and the other being there was a maid that actually she didn't die in the accident, but she was going to a room back whenever it was really cold one night, and their power system just couldn't sustain the entire hotel back in the early 1900s, and so they switched to like a gas system, and the gas system basically flooded this whole room with I'm not sure what type of gas it was. I guess they're using maybe propane or something, but the maid walked in there with a lit candle, and that's the way they were seeing around at that time, because the power was out, and she walks into the room and the room just explodes, and she drops straight through the floor and broke both her legs, and they say that she ended up dying later on, like due to complications and stuff like that, and then they say that she haunts that room. So The two rooms that are the most requested are room 217, which Stephen King stayed in, and then the room, I'm not sure what it is, what the room number is, the maid ended up dropping through, and breaking both of her legs. But those are the two most requested rooms. And that place is pretty eerie. It's crazy on the inside. It's literally decor. The rooms, everything just set up from it looks straight out of 1905. It is awesome. So the popularity of this place really, really took off because of the Stanley Hotel and the advancements that Stanley actually made. So Freeland Oscar Stanley is the guy that created what was called the Stanley Steamer. And the Stanley Steamer is not the carpet cleaner company, but the Stanley Steamer was actually a really, really fast car for the time. And this car was extremely fast, and it could handle the mountain roads. And it could get people from down in Denver, Lyons, and down in the plains, and it could get them up to Estes Park into the mountains quickly and efficiently. And so word got out about this. People on the East Coast with a little bit more wealth wanted to come and vacation in the mountains. And ended up being, word of mouth got out also that this was the best place, to cure tuberculosis, or best place to help it. And people, you may be wondering why. That sounds crazy. But the thing is, back during this time, the best thing for tuberculosis was just completely dry, warm air. And in the Rocky Mountains, this is exactly what you have. It's just dry, warm air. And so people basically were drawn to it for that fact. And then their families came out here, saw it, and just loved the beauty of this place. And then it just kind of took off. Rocky Mountain National Park was basically founded through Freeland Stanley's invention of the Stanley Steamer and bringing people to the Stanley Hotel. Really, really cool place. You should definitely check it out if you get the chance to. Anyways, we're heading up Old Trail Ridge Road, guys, and this right here will take you all the way to Peak Highway. So this goes way up. This is just nothing but switchbacks all the way through, and people come up here all the time in their SUVs, cars, whatever it may be, and they just drive through here. And usually you can see some incredible wildlife. Unfortunately, I didn't see anything. Maybe there was probably something looking at us that we didn't catch, but usually you can see anywhere from black bears, elk, mountain goats, longhorn sheep, turkeys. I mean, you can see, what else you see? You see a lot of mule deer. You can see bison. I mean, everything out here. It just depends on the day. Unfortunately, we didn't see anything like that on camera. We did see a lot of turkeys. We saw a ton of turkeys, but no major wildlife, which isn't a bad thing always. Especially when you're riding these, you be caught off guard by a herd of elk jumping across the street or something like that. That's no joke. Elk are, man. I did not understand how big an elk was until I moved out here. Holy cow, man. That is a hell of a animal,
electric
dude.
unicycles.
That is a deer
no problem,
times 15, dude. That is a hell of an animal. So black bears have been wreaking havoc on where I've lived at this year, and it is hilarious because even on my doorbell camera, I'm not kidding you. I just have this massive 400-pound black bear just cruising down the sidewalk. And the other day he got into the garbage can outside. The latches on the garbage can were faulty, and it's supposed to be completely bear-proof. I'm talking, we have massive garbage cans, and this bear is coming every day, checking it out, getting into the recycling bin. He ended up pushing the 350-pound garbage dumpster, skid dumpster, into the side of my pickup truck, and then stood up on his hind legs, opened the lid up, and slammed the lid onto the hood of my truck. He did $3,000 of damage to my truck. So I've really been using the electric unicycle as my primary transportation. I had to get down to Denver the other day, and I rode 66 miles round trip on my M Super Pro. And that just shows, if you really need to use it, I mean, it's like a backup vehicle. I had to go a long way. That M Super Pro high torque 1800 watt hour had no problem. I mean, it went faster than a daggum moped across town, faster than a motorcycle actually. I made time. I was able to just do all the little cut throughs. Man, I was going up the sides overpasses, literally straight from the bike path, literally up the grass, high torque, just going right up hills that I need to go through. That thing is awesome, man. You can cut through wherever you need to go. It's almost, and we're getting into like, you got to think about how like an airline works, you know, like where you can just kind of go over all the terrain. These things, booking through a city or booking through mountain terrain or anything like that, the cool thing about it is it's almost the fact that you can just beeline it. You know, you don't have to wait on every single intersection. You don't have to go exactly this way. You know, you can just say, oh, there's a bit of public grass over here. Hey, there's a little bike path instead of the road. Or hey, there's a public park I can cut through. You know, that's the cool thing about these things. You know, you can really have fun with it. And riding these things also with a buddy is incredible, because it's you know, riding motorcycles is fun. Riding bicycles with a buddy, you know, that's fun. But with bicycling, you know, you're worn out, you're huffing and puffing, you can't really communicate too much. With motorcycles, you know, you got the engine running in the background the whole time. With these, you can really communicate with your friends and have a good time. And this guy was just telling us to watch out for the park rangers. If we were going the wrong way down the road, you know, we were heading back out this way. But he's a cool guy. The link below, guys, takes you straight to eWheels. It is an affiliate link. It helps the channel. You can pre-order the V11, the Veteran Sherman, the S18, and get all of the latest wheels there. The M Super Pros, all that stuff. Link below, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.